episode of Life After Lockup, we learned how much Brooke and JK's bad decision-making skills not only affect them, but everyone around them. And everyone around them is about sick and tired of their BS. And then I put two and two together and discovered some tea, so stay tuned until the end of the video for that. But Brooke got kicked out of JK's mama's house a week ago after JK found out she was lying about having a job, which, I mean, I'm glad the mom kicked her out because she didn't need to be there anyways, because she was not respecting the mom's house at all, just banging in the living room, being loud as hell, and sitting there banging and slamming doors and cussing and fighting in front of the mom. It's already an inconvenience that the mom has to deal with her adult son living with her, but now he's dragged along his girlfriend, and now she's just fighting, and they should be sitting there and doing what they can to make the mom's life easier, bringing stuff and food and helping her around the house, but instead they're just making her life more stressful and taken from the woman. And plus, Brooke needs to go home with her kids anyway. She does not need to be living under JK's mom's roof while the kids are back with her freaking mom. So she was sitting there making pancakes with her mom and her boys, and she's feeling some type of way because JK has not reached out to her boys one time in the single week that he has not been talking to her. Brooke said that JK really needs to prove himself, and the mom was like, yeah, he needs to get to it. And Brooke was like, well, he needs to now because I got something really big going on. And the mom was like, what is it? And Brooke pulled out her pregnancy test, freshly pissed on pregnancy test, out of her bag and laid them on the kitchen counter. And she said, yep, I had 4 positives and 2 negatives. And the mom, oh my God, I felt so bad for the mom in that moment. She looked so disappointed. She's like, God damn, I'm about to be a single mother to another child. Because let's be honest, we already know the child's probably going to get stuck at the grandma's house all the time if Brooke's still with JK because she's too busy chasing him all around town. And the mom was like, I don't understand why you did this. And Brooke was like, well, it's an accident. And mom was like, well, it doesn't look like an accident when you have 6 pregnancy tests on you. It looks like you're planning for it. And the thing is, like, here's Brooke talking about, oh, I only have $23 to my name. Okay, well, it looks like you probably spent that damn near $23 on those pregnancy tests right there. And so she said that, yeah, actually, me and JK have been trying. She has been doing the pre-seed and all. And the mom was like, I just can't believe you, Brooke. I don't understand why you'd rush into this and why you wouldn't listen to me. And Brooke was like, well, because I didn't want to come to you because every time I do, you bitch at me. And I'm like, okay, Brooke, stop gaslighting your mom. I'm glad the mom clapped back and said, that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to tell you when you're effing up. And you think that Brooke would have learned from the first 2 times that she had babies with guys and they ended up not being there for her kids, that she'd want to at least take her time to make sure that JK's going to be a good dad. And she's saying that he's not even there for her 2 sons or there in the flesh with them. How does she expect JK to step up and be there for her when she has a baby? And when she has a baby at home, you're not going to be able to get up and run all around town chasing JK and trying to fight people when you have that baby. I mean, you can, but you're probably going to catch a child neglect charge. And she said that she is planning on keeping the baby and she needs to go rush over to JK and tell him as soon as possible. And the mom was like, wait a minute, I think that's a bad idea. Why don't you just wait to get a blood test first, because you don't even know. I mean, like, come on, you got 2 negative pregnancy tests here. So what's the point of getting him all hyped up? Well, it's because she wants to come up with a reason for him to stay around. She thinks that this baby is going to make him suddenly act right. But most of the time in situations like this, we just see the dad end up dipping out and leaving the mama to sit there and raise the babies home alone by herself. And I feel like that's probably what Brooke's going to get stuck with in this predicament, is she really is pregnant. So she rushes over to JK's house, knocks on the door, he answers the door, and she's like, look, I need to talk to you. And he's like, about what? Like, he's like, there's nothing you can tell me that I could be interested in at this point. Then Brooke whips out her freshly pissed on pregnancy test, waves them in his face, and said, well, what about this? And he just looks at her like, what do you want me to do about that? And if that was Brooke, I would have felt so alone in that moment. Because, like, here you are acting surprised and almost like you don't want to take any kind of accountability for this problem that you helped create. And here he was sitting here putting pre-seed in her vag and sitting there holding her legs up in the air trying to increase their probability of getting pregnant. And now he wants to act all pissed off and surprised. He invited Brooke in, told her to sit down, and he's like, well, if it's really true, then we might as well tell my parents. And again, I think that Brooke should have been like, hey, let me get a blood test first before we drag family and everybody else into this. I'm starting to feel like JK wanted his family to hurry up and know because he was hoping his parents would suggest that he get an abortion. I think that's the kind of advice he was hoping to get recommended by his parents. So he sits down, he sits his mom and stepdad down, and he's like, hey, so we got a situation. And they're like, what? And they're like, yeah, so we have a baby on the way. Well, we think we do. We have 4 positives and 2 negatives. And his parents were just as disappointed as Brooke's mother was. None of the grandparents are happy in this situation. Here they are thinking, hey, we finally hit the age where we can just kick back, relax, enjoy our retirement. But no, all that's being ruined because just when they should be able to have their homes and lives to themselves after all their children have left the nest, JK is holding on to the nest for dear life, and now he's dragging his girlfriend and a baby into the mess. And his mother was like, I just can't believe you. You didn't even try to use the condoms I gave you. And his stepdad, oh my God, I love his stepdad. Like, his stepdad could get his own show, and I would watch that shit all day long. His stepdad was like, what the hell were you thinking? She gave you the condoms to wear and not to decorate the goddamn Christmas tree. And he was going off on JK and giving him all the business, but I think it was deserved. I mean, you can't just go around making stupid mistakes and expect everybody to clap for you. And if they do, then they're just enablers. They're not real good friends, because a good friend or family member will tell you when you're making a bad mistake. I feel like Brooke's one of those girls that just surround herself by yes men and people who feed into her delusions. And if you try to give her like any kind of constructive criticism or tell her about herself, I feel like she's one of those type of friends that will immediately cut you off. And I felt for the stepdad. I thought the stepdad was about to have a heart attack at any given moment, because he and his wife knows, I think he's married to JK's mom, they know that they're going to end up getting stuck raising the baby, probably financially, because JK so far hasn't seemed to step up or do anything. And he's like, it just shows me that you haven't learned a damn thing from prison, because you get out and you're still making stupid freaking mistakes. He hasn't even been out of prison for 5 weeks, but now here comes a baby on the way. But the stepdad, I'm glad he did. He made it abundantly, why can't I say that word? You guys know what I'm trying to say. Abundantly clear? He made it pretty clear. Okay, I'm just going to say it like that. He made things pretty clear that he is not going to help financially support the baby. So Brooke and JK need to figure something else, because he's not going to pick up the extra stress on his shoulders. So that's pretty much it, guys. And I do want to talk about this tea. So I was looking on different Facebook groups, and I saw a lot of people saying, hey, I feel like those positive pregnancy tests that Brooke have look just like the fake pregnancy tests that you can get off Amazon that are always positive. So I did some digging, and the fake pregnancy tests that always turn out positive, they look exactly identical to the positive ones that were used in the show. And you know what I find interesting? Like, the ones that were negative, like, there wasn't no faint line or anything like that. Like, if you are, like, you know, in between, like, you have some positives and negatives, usually you'll have like a faint line or something, but it was just straight negative. That may also explain why she was so gung-ho to just jump in the car and drive straight to JK's mom's house and tell JK and his whole family without being 100% certain, because maybe she knew, hey, you know, this isn't even legit anyways. maybe like the producers know, like, because even I was saying in my last episode, I'm like, man, they're probably gonna end up pregnant next. You know, that's just how it would typically unfold in a hot mess situation like this, and that's exactly what's happening. So I guess we'll find out for sure here in a few months if Brooke actually starts showing, or when she finally goes to a doctor's appointment this season. But let me know what you guys think. I mean, if this is fake, I won't be too mad at producers, because I did get those pretty hilarious moments from the stepdad, like the whole condom on a Christmas tree decoration comment. That was freaking hilarious. His dad was the star of the show this episode, and I ain't mad about it. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.